Marley is dead. Dead as a doornail, I tell you. Marley is dead. I've been dead these 7 years tonight. My name is Ebenezer Scrooge. If you were to ask neighbors and friends about me, they say I'm the meanest, cruelest, miserliest person they know. And the thought of celebrating Christmas, bah, humbug. I went to work as usual that day, and soon upon arriving, Bob Cratchit began to talk about having the day after off. "It's custom, sir," he said. "It's Christmas Day, sir." "I do not celebrate Christmas, Bob Cratchit. If you insist on taking the whole day off and being paid for it also, I insist you arrive an hour earlier the next day." Then shortly a couple of gentlemen arrived to solicit funds for the poorhouse. They said they wanted to be able to find the charity and spirit and grace of Christmas to bring comfort and hope and food and warmth to those who were suffering so badly. Bah, humbug. Aren't there prisons for them? Aren't there poorhouses for them? Let them be taken care of there. And then my nephew Fred showed up. "Merry Christmas, Uncle Scrooge! Merry Christmas! Come, have dinner with us at our house. Merry Christmas! Celebrate it with us, Uncle." "Bah, humbug, I will not celebrate Christmas. And you should mind your resources and not spend them such frivolously on entertainment and music and food that you do not need. Bah, humbug." "But Uncle Ebenezer, Christmas is that time of charity and grace and love. We celebrate the presence of God in our midst. You must surely—" I do not celebrate Christmas, and I will not. And so I am not coming to your house." "Merry Christmas, Uncle Ebenezer," he said nonetheless, and departed when a young lad came to sing carols at the door. "We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas." "Bah, humbug!" I chased him with a ruler. He ran down the street. We closed up shop and I went and had dinner at the tavern, and then as I approached my house, it seemed to me that when I went to place the key in the door, the knocker took on the shape and the visage of Jacob Marley. I rubbed my eyes. I could not believe what I was seeing, and it disappeared very quickly. I went inside and double-locked the door and sat down and prepared for a night's rest when suddenly I heard the thump, 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 thump. Someone was coming up the stairs, and I thought I heard the dragging of chains, when suddenly in my chambers there Jacob Marley stood, a ghost, wrapped in chains and symbols of our business, our loans and checkbooks and vaults, dragging along. "What are you doing here? And who are you?" "I am Jacob Marley, your partner, Ebenezer. And I have come to warn you that if you don't change, your fate will be as mine, as a spirit forced to walk the earth and to see the dis-ease and the discomfort and the poor people, and all those opportunities you had to do good for someone else and you did not. Ah, humbug, get away from me." And then Jacob Marley said, "Ebenezer, you will be visited by 3 spirits over the next 3 nights. One will be the spirit of the Christmas past. One will be the spirit of the Christmas present. And the third will be the spirit of Christmases yet to be. I don't mind if they don't come at all. Now go on your way." And suddenly he was whisked away, floated out the window, and joined a procession of other spirits in similar situations as he. I went to bed and I pulled my nightcap down over my head and I closed the curtains around my bed. and tried to sleep. And then I heard the clock chime. 1/4 past. Half past. 1/4 till. And then at midnight, suddenly my room was filled with light. And it came through the seams and the gaps in my curtains. And when I pulled them away, I was nearly blinded by the light of this young lad, glowing white light. He said, "Good evening, Ebenezer. I am the spirit of the Christmas past. I suppose I don't have much choice in this matter, do I?" He said, "No, I need to show you something. Take my hand." And he whisked me away. And I saw when I was a little boy. My father had been cruel and mean, and I think I picked up some of his habits and put in a boarding school. And when all my friends went home for Christmas, I was left there by myself. And then he showed me another Christmas, when my younger sister Franny came to beg me to come home with her. Father is doing so much better and wants us all to be home for Christmas. But the memories were so strong of his meanness, I just couldn't do it. And then the spirit of Christmas past took me to Fezziwig's, the Christmas dance that he had at the close of the day when he sang music and we feasted, and the just joy of that experience. And then my fiancée Belle came into the room and we danced and we laughed. I don't remember that kind of joy. I have not felt that kind of happiness in such a long, long time. And then in a moment I was in one more appearance of a Christmas long past, and Belle was handing me the ring back and said, "I release you of your promise." And I said, "Why? Don't do that." She said, "It is clear to me over these last few years that you've changed. You love money and wealth and becoming the richest man in all of England more than you love me. I release you of my promise." Next thing I knew, I was back in my chambers, the curtains drawn around the bed. I began to wonder what on earth had happened when suddenly the clock struck 1/4 till, and then 1 o'clock. And the spirit of Christmas present arrived in my chambers and said, "You must come with me. I need to show you some things that you don't know about." The next thing I knew, I was at Bob Cratchit's house and discovered that he had a young son named Tiny Tim who was crippled. And the spirit said to me, "No, he's not crippled. He has a horrible disease and will soon be dead." And yet Bob Cratchit seemed to be celebrating the meaning of Christmas. Meager resources, and yet there was joy and song in the house. And when it came time to raise a toast and give thanks, Bob Cratchit blessed me. I couldn't understand it. I had no reason for him to do that. And then the spirit of Christmas present took me to see some other people celebrating Christmas. Freddie and his family dancing and singing music and enjoying the feast, and began to show me places and groups of people around England who also sang the songs of Christmas, who shared joy and happiness. I began to think, I might have longed for some of that. And just as I was beginning to think perhaps I would like to change, I was back in my chamber. The curtains drawn. The clock struck 1/4 till. And then 2 o'clock. And suddenly I felt this chill in the room. It would just work through your clothes and shiver your bones. And I dared not separate the curtains around my bed. When lo, man, fully dressed in black. I could not see his visage. His bony, ugly, claw-like hand pointed to me and said, called me. What is it, Spirit? You must be yet to be. What do you need to show me? And in an instant, I was at the funeral of Tiny Tim. And then I was at the funeral of someone else who had no mourners present at all. And And then they led me to the graveyard. And there, etched on the stone, in deep cuts, Ebenezer Scrooge. No, this can't be. You cannot. Is this going to happen, or might it happen? Please tell me if there's a chance for my future to be changed. The next thing I knew, I was in my own chambers, tossing and turning, and suddenly I heard the bells of the church ringing out, and my room was filled with sunlight, and I ran to the window and opened the door, opened the window and looked down, and there was a young lad running down the street. You, sir! Hello? What day is it? The young lad looked up at me and said, what day is it? Why, it's Christmas Day, sir! And I began to... The spirits all came in one night. It's Christmas Day. I have a chance to be different. Young boy, do you know the poulterer around the corner? Well, yes, sir, I do. Is that large turkey hanging in the window still there? Yes, sir, it is. I will pay you to go bring that turkey to me. He looked at me like that. He ran off. The next thing you know, he and the poulterer were back with this largest turkey he had ever seen, and it was bigger than the little boy. And I said, please deliver this turkey to Bob Cratchit. And then I began to think, that was a good experience. I felt joy and warmth in my heart. I was doing something good for someone else, and it brought happiness to me. And I began to think of ways that I might make a difference. And you know, when they talk of Ebenezer Scrooge now, they say there is no one in all of London who knows how to celebrate Christmas like Ebenezer Scrooge. The joy and the power of sharing and giving and offering help and grace and mercy to others is seen in Ebenezer Scrooge, one who has made such a difference. I pray that you do not have the visitors come to your house. But I know that the message and the power of Christmas is that no matter who you are, no matter what you do, no matter what is so important to you, that all else disappears. The grace and love of God can change you, can transform a cold, stone heart into a heart filled with grace and love and generosity and service to others. You do not have to be an old crotchety man like I was, but you might have been distracted by the concerns of this world and forgotten the spirit of Christmas is to be like the Son of God, caring and loving, and take the initiative and greet one another and love one another and extend the power of this Christmas joy to others. They said of me, there was no one like Ebenezer Scrooge who knew how to celebrate the meaning of Christmas. And I pray that it become true for you.